Welcome back to Game Devs Play Games, where Tony beats Kingdom Hearts.
Not happening in this episode. Again, that could be your thing. And one of these episodes, oh, right.
Shout out to all you guys that were probably like, oh, Chris didn't say it at the end of the last episode.
Yeah, right.
I got you.
I got you, fam.
I got you, fam.
What fight's here? Another behemoth, that's right.
I love behemoths.
In case you weren't sick of behemoths yet, guys, this is the third behemoth.
You know what? I kind of wish they got slowly bigger every single time.
And just a little more powerful.
No, a little bit weaker every time.
Oh, just like larger, but like just worse all around.
Every time you beat me, I just get bigger. And I change colors.
He's been the same color every time, though.
Well, he wasn't the blue.
Yeah, he was.
The first time?
Oh, no, not the very first time, but the last two.
Yeah, this is only the third time. The last two would be this one and the last one, I guess. It's not really what last two means, though. Last two means like the last two before.
Fine, this one and the last one. Sweet Jesus. I'm pretty sure that one was two, but I don't really remember. Oh, yeah, I have Ragnarok.
I don't know. What?
Oh, with that.
You should probably use it in a better spot.
I probably should use that when I'm up here with them.
Like up there?
Yep. That's wait till Ragnarok comes up.
Oh. What does Ragnarok do?
I do a few more swings. I do some flips and shit.
That is not what I would have thought from Ragnarok.
So here's what it does, see?
It's dumb.
It does damage.
Ragnarok to me is like...
Well, like an end-all be-all?
Yeah. It should be like, you know, fucking meteors are hailing from the sky, volcanoes appear, a river of blood fills the screen.
Death from above.
Look, man, I'm going old school Ragnarok here. Like...
Surtur
don't
comes
name it.
out.
Don't name it if you can't. Don't name it that if you can't like live up to it. That's all I'm saying.
It's fine. It
Square
works.
Enix.
It's fine. It works.
It is weird though.
Square Enix has nothing to prove to you, Chris.
Why is it called Ragnarok? Ragnarok. That's a Norse thing. This is a Japanese game. What? Why you mixing this shit? Actually, it makes perfect sense because Japan loves to like appropriate cultures. But
but I digress.
I digress. Oops. Sorry, that was probably bad.
as you clip the mic.
Listen.
Well, I never clip it, so.
I wonder if I clipped it from punching the mic just then. I'd do that sometimes.
I kind of hope you did.
I'm still getting used to these pop filters, which, I mean, like, mini question of the day.
How much damage that does?
Do pop filters help? Do we sound better, fam?
Fam, we sound better?
I guess that paired with Eddie's new fancy editing.
Yeah, Eddie the editor.
Back me up, guys.
The editor.
Eddie keeps arguing. Editor.
Yep. Our sound editor. Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Eddie keeps saying that.
That I'm too good. I get it.
No, Eddie keeps saying that. We don't. I keep arguing that we need to level our audio out more because we get mumblers like Nathan.
And I can mumble too.
And Tony super mumbles a lot. You probably have the most dynamic range because you'll shout, but you'll also mumble.
Yeah, I do all of it. Like literally, I'm like anyone's worst nightmare when it comes to that. It's like, how's he gonna sound today?
Yeah.
Who knows? Or how many different things he's gonna sound like in one episode.
That's why we just need to get better compressors because the H6 is great, which is what we use, but the compressors that are built into it suck. But back me up, guys. I keep arguing we need to level our audio more, but Eddie, being the pretentious audio editor, hey Eddie,
hi Eddie,
keeps being like, no, it ruins the quality.
I wonder where the Ansem feller went.
Dive into the most dangerous place and we'll find him.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, no, really, it's just about like find death and you'll find him. Yeah, that's about right.
So my question to you guys is there ever a point where it's really hard to hear what one of us is saying? Or is there ever a point in which it gets so loud that it hurts your ears? Because that's why we gotta level it. Eddie. There's one thing that drives me crazy is when I'm listening to a podcast and I have a hard time hearing people, so I turn up the volume and then someone starts yelling and then my eardrums bleed.
Well, who needs eardrums anymore, dude? Such a passé thing.
Certainly not me, because I'm not an audio guy, but you know, it's not my point. Hurts. I don't like.
I don't like pain.
And Eddie's like, well, I don't think people use as bad of speakers and headphones as you, Chris. And like, I think you have the super fancy stuff, Eddie, that makes everything sound great no matter what you're listening to.
I don't know if I want to drop this far.
Shout out to Eddie, by the way. Oh.
Yeah. It's okay, baby.
Are we just kind of aimlessly jumping around?
I wanted to get that treasure that was all the way up there, but that's no longer happening.
Well, you know. Can we climb back up?
I don't know. I've given up on that.
I mean, they have those like spider web looking things.
Yeah, I thought I could climb on those. I kind of tried and I fell, and I was like,
have we ever climbed anything in this
We
game?
have, yeah, over in the jungle.
Oh yeah, there you go.
It's working.
Just gotta do better, more better.
Look at me climb.
Yeah, I was like, that looks so distinct. That can't just be like a decal. That looks so interactable and climbable. Yeah, get that treasure. Get that treasure. Yeah.
Girl,
looks fancy.
Full life G, great.
Girl, I want to buy you things.
Great. I love when I get gummy ship pieces because we're basically done with the gummy ship at this point. This was
Look,
a
man,
slap
just
in
in
the face.
case you want to go back and explore the rest of the game, here's some gummy pieces.
Yeah, but by then I'm not going to even need to examine. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I get that.
Did he just say like, oh, I gotta find a way to reach that?
He's like, I bet you if I jump, I could reach that. It's like, yeah,
Oh
no,
my goodness.
no shit, Sora.
Like, yeah, it's not like I've been playing this game for 50 hours.
Ah! What? Bird's nest! Yeah!
Who's not expecting us? Actually, you know what? That whole area seems pretty devoid of enemies.
Yeah, no, except for right here.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
It's like,
I didn't realize it until we fought an enemy. And I was like, wait, we haven't seen enemies this whole time.
Yeah, right? It's
That's a
been
little-
strangely quiet.
Yeah. Like, why? Maybe because they're just like, listen, there's a lot of shit going on. We don't want to obfuscate the level
Ooh,
design.
obfuscate. Look at you, Nancy Drew.
It's not a complicated. I hate that shit. But I'll say something at work sometimes. People will be like, "Oh, it's a fancy word, Chris." I'm like, it's not a crazy word. You know where I learned that? From a tabletop RPG.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not an educated person.
Well, you
all
are
right?
though. You
I
got
mean,
one.
I am.
You got one of those things that does stuff. Shoot.
One of them degrees.
Yeah, one of them degrees. Although degrees doesn't mean you're smart either. I
Dude, not
guess.
nearly as impressive as Jeff, one of the guests we recently had on the show, which I think his stuff should be released. But I don't think we mentioned this on the show. But Jeff is going to be back, so we'll probably mention it then. But Jeff has a bachelor's in game design. I'm just like, damn, I just have a dweeby ass associate's degree. But you know what? I have
you are
less
dweeby.
student loans, so suck it, Jeff. Shout out to Jeff. Jeff is the man who got me saying shit.
Really?
And also fam.
Oh, is that where you got fam from? I was wondering
Yeah.
where you picked up fam
Yeah.
from.
It's because Jeff says it a lot at work, and I find it so funny that I'm just like, no, I want to say it because I want to be funny too.
Ha ha ha.
Kermit the Frog. You know what?
the Frog here.
I was looking at our stats the other day, and I found out that Kermfrog is it's like, I think it has maybe 200 views at this point.
Oh wow.
It actually did pretty good on the channel.
Alright, Kerm Frog. That game was so weird.
I was so into that game.
That game is
It's so good.
it's wonderful.
Check out Kermfrog if you haven't.
Yeah,
yet.
really, you guys should. It's honestly a blast and a half.
It feels sort of on topic. I mean, like Disney and Sesame Street, like they got similar ideas going.
Sesame Street, Sesame Street,
Sesame Street.
Sesame Street.
Do you believe in ABCs?
ABCs.
God, I love that game. The developer is they are a precious commodity.
They're something, man. They are.
Just love flattening out these big boys.
I love it. Gotta heal though.
I'm just gonna start. You know what? Next time I get into a fight, which I don't because I'm a pacifist, but next time I do, I'm just gonna like hit people with my belly. That's how I'm gonna fight them.
You don't have a belly, Chris.
I have a belly. It's just littler than some.
Littler than some. Littler than some.
Look, man, I work.
Get right out of town.
I work in an office. I'm building up some chub. You can't stop me now.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. I do miss working on my feet, though, to be totally honest.
Yeah, sometimes I do too. Although then on Saturday I was on my feet for like 7.5, 8 hours straight. And I was like, I don't totally miss this.
Well, it's like if you don't do it for a while, it becomes a lot more difficult to stay on your hours or stay on your feet.
Stay on your hours for
That's
feet.
some Chris brain going on there. Stay on your feet for that long. But it's like when it's a regular thing, it's not difficult. Well,
Right,
less strenuous anyway, to stay on your feet for that long. That's why I miss it though, because it was like
Yeah, no,
it helped
absolutely.
keep me in shape.
So, Chris, what do you think's going to happen here?
I think you're gonna beat the game. That's what. You can go fight another guy.
I know I'm saying, but what do you think
You're
the
going
parry's
back to
gonna
every
do?
zone and fighting all
Yep.
the heartless there.
Yep. I could just avoid this altogether. I really could.
Oh really?
Yeah. But like,
What do you get out of this?
oh, you get some sweet items and you get experience.
I mean, that's the shtick. I mean, it's kind of fun going back. Honestly, I'd be more into this if we didn't go through a bunch of other like tedious and monotonous shit prior to this.
I know, right?
Like going back through fucking Hollow Bastion.
just to like, yeah, I know.
They're just
Just to
like,
fight a behemoth on top of all that.
yeah, right.
Like,
it,
it wasn't even like Ansem or like, you know.
they're just trying so hard to like build up the final ending to be so grandiose.
Yep.
And it's like, guys, you don't gotta stretch out the content.
No, you really don't. I mean, and part of it, I think, is that they want to give you the chance to gain some last minute levels here too.
But that's all part of the balance, right? Like, you don't need these last minute levels if the final boss is balanced to not expect you to have to grind through all these areas.
That's fair,
You
that's fair
know?
too. That's fair too.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not having a bad time.
No, it's just, it becomes monotonous.
It sort of kills the excitement, I think, of like normally you'd be like, oh yeah, this is so intense, this is gonna be really crazy.
Yeah, right.
At the final part of the game, and if it's stretched out,
I think it's better the first time you do it, but I think it's with any game. Like, I think you'd be more excited the first time.
You know, that's true, and I don't remember any of this, so this is almost like the first time for me.
No. But you're also not playing. You're also in a different. Like I think in some respects, I mean, I guess it would be more to the benefit of the game if they could get you excited without having to actually playing it too.
Yeah, you know, I feel like for me, it often isn't a dramatic difference. The only time I'll enjoy playing a game more than watching it is if there's a significant difference in the game feel. Like, if the game feel itself is so fine-tuned to just be a really interesting experience. But for an RPG, I think for me, it's not a dramatic difference.
That's fair. That's fair.
And like, you know, I would play differently than you, but that doesn't really matter too much to me. That's why I don't get why a lot of people get really upset if you play things not the way that they like.
Well, yeah, because it's like then
like,
don't watch someone else play. It's like, well, at the same time, it's like if you're gonna watch something, you have to understand they're going to do things that you're not gonna do.
And I think like the current culture of people that watch Let's Plays aren't like that. I think most people are like, a lot of people like watching Let's Plays because they like to see how people play differently.
Right.
Which I genuinely appreciate that too, because I'm like, this for me as a game developer, that helps me get a sense of how other people might
like
approach certain experiences.
Absolutely.
And that's really valuable from a design perspective. That's literally, as a designer, why you should hold playtests with non-developers, because it's so necessary to know if the game or product you're working on is successful.
Is it going to be good? Mm-hmm. Absolutely, I agree with you so much on that.
That's one of the things that our publisher at work is pushing for, is having like set up playtests with a private audience.
That's cool.
And I full-heartedly agree with that.
I think that's a great way to also just gauge how people are feeling about your game too. Mm-hmm. And they may give you an insight that you don't know. It's kind of like when you talk to people who are like, who are brewing beer, and they're like, well, it's good to get craftsmen's opinions so you can make the best beer possible, but you also want the people who are just going to be drinking your beer on it every day, because you could make something that's too fancy for some people and be like, they don't really get all the mouth feels or all the whatever.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're just kind of only catering to a specific crew, and those aren't always the beers that last, you know?
You know, this is almost super relevant based on the conversation we had at the beginning of the episode about audio leveling.
Yeah.
It's like not everyone uses the same hardware even, you know?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, no,
We came full circle on that.
You know, it's interesting when conversation can naturally get there too, and you're just like, you pick and choose here. Because like I was talking to my cousins, to my fiance's cousins, which are gonna be my cousins soon, and I've brewed beer with them before, and they love my opinion because I'm biased, of course, because I think their beer is really good.
Oh, yeah.
But I tell them all the time, I'm like, you know, I'm not a seasoned person though, who can be like, I thought I saw the there it is.
Yeah.
I'm not a seasoned person who knows beer, but they're like, we don't understand. You're coming in as an everyday kind of person,
and that's almost more valuable.
Right, you're the person that's going to come out and be like, this beer is good. I will drink it.
Yeah, you're the person that's like, I will spend my money or won't spend my money on this.
Exactly. Now it's good to have those master craftsmen there, those artisans, to be like, here's how you make your beer better. But at the same time, you do definitely need those opinions, just because, it's how you work on it.
That monkey was slapping his ass.
Yeah, you
I forgot that they did that.
I know, it's really wonderful.
You know what though? Now that we've gone through a few of these zones, I'm really kind of feeling this. I like the quick, back to back.
Yeah, it's just back to back. You just kind of go, and you just kind of re-explore worlds you haven't in a little while.
It feels pretty good.
Yeah,
it feels very climactic too.
Oh, and it gets better. There's gonna be a boss fight in a little bit here.
It's crazy how well that works as a climax building thing.
Well, it's kind of like in Mega Man, right? When you go back and you
boss rush.
refight every single boss. You don't have to go through the whole level anymore. You're just going through the most important things. I'm kind of glad Kingdom Hearts didn't do that. I mean, I guess they could have. I guess in theory, if they instead of spending with enemies and bosses, but that might feel like too much.
Yeah, I think that it's one or the other. Either you have the player go through all these sequences, or you do just their bosses.
Yeah.
And I agree. I think that would be a little too much.
Because this way is a little bit faster too. You're not like, okay, I have to fight every single boss again. And if they tailored them so every boss got stronger again, you're just like, okay, what if there's a boss I had a lot of trouble with and now I have to beat him again?
Yeah.
This is gonna be horrendous.
Yeah. All right, well, we're at time.
Oh, we're at time. Oh, shoot. All right. Well, question of the day.
Question of the day. What are they doing? I mean, obviously, we just talked about this particular thing, but what else are they doing about what are they doing to build a better climax? To kind of butter up the player to be all excited about the end of the game.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that as well, because we love making these videos for you guys.
Yeah.
And as always, we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye, guys. I'm just going to finish this
Remember,
off.
believe in your ABCs.
Yeah, believe in your ABCs.